Hello everyone, ATR here. Another commentary video entitled My Scattered Views on Capitalism. I want to begin with destroying the notion that we have capitalism in the Western world, so in Canada or in the United States or in Europe. That is not true. What we have is a mixed economy. So blaming problems of current economic times on capitalism it shows your ignorance of the economic system. Now, as a side note, capitalism in its fullest sense, which is sometimes termed laissez-faire capitalism, which is French for leave us alone capitalism. This form of capitalism, it's never been fully implemented in the world. The closest has been the American Revolution in terms of breaking away from Britain. American independence, 1812. And just as a side note, this created the most powerful and highest economic country in the world in less than 200 years. And compare that with the rest of the world, which is far older. How old is China in terms of it becoming a civilized country? So consider that for a moment. Now, moving on, what is capitalism? Is it about money? Now, first of all, is capitalism about the free market? No, it is not. Capitalism has principles. Free market is a conclusion. Money is a conclusion. They are not the principles. The principles of capitalism, first of all, they begin with property rights. Now, if you deny property rights, that's problematic, because that's problematic with self-ownership. But that's for another topic, perhaps. Now, property rights leads to individual rights, which is life, liberty, pursuit of happiness, as long as that does not infringe on other people's pursuits of happiness. Now, from those basic principles, you can generate conclusions. So a conclusion from that would be the free market, as in the government does not intervene in the private affairs of individuals, as long as they do not impinge on the individual right part. Money has nothing to do with capitalism. Money is a exchange. It is a convenience of exchange. So rather than barter, the first economies were always barter based. It is far more convenient to trade a middleman item. So rather me trading my grain for someone else's beer or something, I can trade my grain for money and then take that money and trade it for something else. So therefore money needs something stable. That's why money used to be gold and silver. Always, those are valuable metals. Money used to be tobacco. People used to smoke a hell of a lot more than they do today. That was a stable commodity. So the main point of this commentary is I want to displace the opinion of capitalism about money and greed, and that's all ridiculous. It's about private relations. Just as you have private relations with people around you, socially, your family, your friends, that's exactly how it works in the global sense. Effectively, capitalism promotes negative rights, meaning protections from, as opposed to socialism that promotes positive rights, which means entitlements to, like I am entitled to an education, I'm entitled to health care. Well, from whom, of course, right? And who's paying for those? Who's subsidizing your needs or your desires? So movies like Capitalism Love Story by Michael Moore, obviously quite biased and looking to denounce. Same with Marxist. Marx criticized capitalism but did not come up with his own system. He failed in the economic realm. So he wrote Das Kapital, but he did not create a solution. Now I'm certainly not saying that to criticize you must have something in mind to replace it. I don't think so. That's not necessarily true. So to sum up, keep separated conclusions and principles. I also think I should add that I view capitalism as respectful relations amongst people. It sees people as ends in themselves. It sees people as within nature. They must be interested in their own survival. Now that obviously does not mean predatory behavior, which I'm sure is commonly understood to mean people out exploiting others but it also absolutely includes society exploiting individuals. Effectively, capitalism requires voluntarism. It requires everyone to agree. It requires a handshake. You cannot enter into an agreement without agreeing. So there can be no social programs that others do not agree to fund. Private charities are absolutely within capitalism, but there can be no taxation without representation, or, well, without an agreement. So I look forward to your thoughts, and think for yourself.